Hello, it's Mike Kroger, Finale Inventory. In this short video, we're going to go over an exciting new feature for the mobile barcode scanner. With Finale Inventory, we have what we call scan packed orders, or maybe what you've always been wanting, one scan and done, to actually pack an order out of Finale, out of the system. So let me highlight the fact that you need the latest version of our software, so it's version 121.3.5 to get to it. So let's dip into this. This is going to be kind of an overview video, and we'll go over actually in a demo example in another video. So you may be saying, how do I get this feature? So from your main menu of the Finale data collector, just navigate to more, get down there to number 17 and update your software. If you do not have this update your software feature, you have got to update to the latest version of the Finale data software. So you may not have the latest version that has the updating ability from it. So you'll need to dock your scanner and then update to the latest software. There are videos on our website on how to do that. So that's how you get the software. So you may be wondering what's so different about this scan packed orders feature, or the rapid scan or rapid pack method. So currently, when you go to pack orders with the mobile barcode scanner, it effectively forced you to pick and pack every item by order. So you had to scan the order ID, then you had to scan the sublocation where the item was, then you had to scan the item and tell Finale how many did you pick or pack, and then you had to repeat that over and over for each order. So it was rather tedious. This new feature called Scan Packed Order is effectively a one scan. You just scan the order ID. And there are two different options that we'll go over here in the next slide. So when you use this new feature, there are some settings in the settings on the scanner. So two settings in specifically. One is called Scan Order Verify, and the other one is Scan Order Lot IDs. Let's just quickly cover the Scan Order Verify, which is what most of you guys are going to be interested in. You don't use lot numbers, don't use serial numbers, then you can ignore the other feature. But for the configuration, the default will be visual. Now what we mean by visual, this setting in the settings of the scanner, if you leave it at visual, it means when you're going to pack, the scanner is going to have you scan the order ID. You will see a visual list of the items that are on the order. You don't have to do anything. So at that moment, you can just kind of confirm that yes, you did all those things, or yes, all those are in the box. So all you have to do is press the OK, and the scanner packs the order. That's pretty quick. So if that's not quick enough for you, you can elect to change this Scan Order Verify status to a none value. Now if you do that, we will no longer show you the visual of what's in the order. We will just basically, you scan the order ID and we'll say done. And then you just scan the next order ID. There will be no visual confirmation. There'll be no OK button to press. It's just scan an order ID and that order is packed. Now, there is a little bit of intelligence going on here. So in the background, we're not just taking you for your word that you actually did it, but we're monitoring a packing location, or a packing sublocation rather. Did you have enough inventory in those locations? So in either option, if you didn't have enough inventory there, we're going to highlight the fact. So in the visual, you'll see it as a visual cue that you may not have enough inventory there to pack it. And if you tried to pack it, we'll say, hey, watch out, you maybe don't have enough inventory. On the none, we'll just give you an audible, and then you can choose to either skip it or pack it. Very efficient. Now, the scan order lot IDs, so for those of you that use lot IDs or batches or serial numbers, there's an option in here. So you can imagine it can get kind of I guess tedious to if you were going to just pack the order with one scan. We're going to ask you to confirm the lots or the serial numbers on any of the items that you may have put into that order. So it's really nice. You'll be able to either scan the lot number or pick it from a list, and that's brand new as well. So that's super efficient. And then there's also an option there called always. So it's either smart or always. Smart's going to kind of detect whether or not you got lots in your inventory and then give you an option to choose it from a list or to scan it. And then always is a way that you could say, nope, I don't want to trust anybody to pick it from a list. I'm going to force them to scan a serial number barcode or something. So on really expensive items, that's what you'd want to turn on. So let's move on. So giving you an illustration for this new feature, need to bring to your attention that there's kind of basically two different types of operations or two different configurations with accounts in Finale Inventory. So in Finale Inventory we have locations, and locations are synonymous with your warehouse. And so we would normally create your first location and you call it main. So it's the main warehouse. And inside of the warehouse you store your items. Now, if you're the type of account that only has one sublocation, normally it's defaulted to M0, or maybe you changed it to warehouse, but you only have one sublocation, which means you're not tracking all of the items in different spaces. You're treating the entire warehouse as just one big giant location. Maybe you're using standard bin IDs or something. So you've got this scenario where there's one sublocation only, and then you've got another scenario where you have a Finale location called main, but in your case you have many Finale sublocations, meaning you assigned maybe this area of the rack A1 and this is A2 and A3 and so on. So you've got, you know, tens, dozens, or hundreds, or even thousands of sublocations. Now the ramifications of these two methods of using pack, in this case, in the one only, you can just pack right out of your warehouse. In the multi ones, you're going to need to do a transaction where you pick from these sublocations, then they get transferred to a packing, kind of a central packing area where your packers, so you're going to have pickers and packers, and so your packers will be able to use the pack feature out of maybe a consolidated packing area. So let's go over that. So if you have only one, you're going to be able to use this new feature, and it's available on the pick menus, and you'll go to the pick and then basic, and you can just skip picking altogether. You're just going to go right here to number 2, scan packed orders. Now you can do this if you only have one sublocation. All right, this is the way you do it. And what's nice is no picking is required. You just have to do one scan and pack that order out. All right, and we'll go over that in the next video on how to use this in real life. So your other option, as I said, you may have many sublocations, because if you've divided your warehouse up like this, you're going to have to have a picker go through the warehouse and relieve all these specific locations of the inventory, and then do a transfer to a packing sublocation for your packers. So it's not all that much more work. This is a really for high volume operations, and you're going to be doing it anyway. But the change is this new feature is available in the pick and pack. So you're going to first go through a picking operation, so where you're going to pick everything from here, and then you're going to go through, secondly, you'll just be able to scan one scan and pack out the orders from the packing station. So that's new. So now go look at the videos that kind of walk through the different examples.